Guys, I can't believe it. This world has turned 2 years old.
Yep.
Swear, if this thing,
Two.
I swear, if this thing was a kid, then, well, not only would he or she be walking, they would be starting to talk as well. So, what's on the agenda for today, Mr. Chairman?
Oh well. Since the MENARBIS district is gonna turn 2 years old, I'm gonna get some cake from the open roof. Dine and rest,
Yep,
so that we both can celebrate this great, prosperous
Joseph
2
Stalingrad,
years.
Joseph Stalingrad, and Princess Starfighter Y7. How's it going, people? Where
Wait,
I
Joseph Stalin and Starfire?
yeah, apparently. I choose not to question it. I choose not to question it, but hey, welcome. We are celebrating 2 years, 2 years here in this Minecraft world.
Yes, that is very true.
Yep.
Very true.
And today, yeah, I know I promised Just Cause 3, but trust me, tomorrow morning will be the first Just Cause
Yes,
3
this is
stream
an
of the week.
exception. So,
Yeah, it's
let's
an
go to the
exception.
party cabin. Oh, and
I'm already
by the
here.
way,
I'm waiting for you.
I'm wondering who that Joseph Stalin is anyway.
I don't care.
So,
Oh,
let's
communism is the best. I
communism.
like it. I like the character. I like that character. He's funny.
Seize the means of production.
Oh, wherever you are. Ah, there you are.
All right, I got some cake for us. So,
All right. So how are we gonna? So where are we gonna start first? Because you said you
well,
briefly mentioned that we were gonna be talking like the history of the place.
oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
And
Well,
trust me,
let's
guys.
start at the
Trust me, guys.
very,
Very beginning.
very, yes, very, very beginning.
Yes.
Okay.
Yep. And
So,
trust me, guys, as boring as this may sound, it's actually, let's just say, well, considering the history of the district being kind of deep in some areas, more red. Yeah, I wish. But as far as you can tell, the only red that we got is here on the banners.
yeah, and
Yep.
Arrow and some former presidents.
Yeah.
So, um,
So anyway, so yeah, as boring as us talking about the history of this world sounds, let me just tell you guys, if this were like a two-man play or something, I would expect, or at least like some sort of school play or production of some kind. I wouldn't I wouldn't, shall we say, describe it with nothing less of an opera on the subject, pretty much.
well, let me. All right, I'm gonna describe the history right now.
Yes.
The
Okay.
beginning, at least.
Go.
So, it all started on this very, very same day. Um, it was a very
Obviously.
long time ago. I bought the nature texture pack. It only cost like, I don't know, maybe like $2 or $3. And then I was gonna use it on the world, and I was playing with some people. Let's see, their names were El Nasty and this guy named, I think it was either Jake or Jason. So I made a survival world for them, and then
Oh,
we found a
we
cave
got a
nearby.
pickaxe and a
So
sword. We don't have iron hammer and sickles. We got pickaxes and swords. Sorry, go on.
yeah.
Sorry,
Okay,
go
so
on.
basically, the communists stop interrupting. Uh, we were mining, shit like that, until I think I found diamonds, but then one of them died. No, wait, it was Jake that died, and then El Nasty was like, "Oh my God, he died," and then Jason or Jake, whoever the guy name was, he quit it, and then they quit it, and then basically. I was like, oh my God, seriously, guys? So then basically, fucking, I had to exit without saves to see if they would come back. But then, they didn't. So I was like, you know what, screw it. I like this world seed. I already know where the diamonds are at. So basically, this is my world. It's a single player world. and I called
Precisely.
it Real Craft. I called it Real Craft because it was meant to be a demo world for the nature texture pack. So that went on for like I don't know how long, maybe a few weeks or something. And I built this tower.
Yeah. Shall we show them the tower, or do you think they've seen it already?
Let's check out the
It's
tower.
over
Uh,
here, under what is being remodeled, or what is, well, Heavenly Central, which is being remodeled.
let's see.
I believe at first it was made out of dark oak wood.
Yes, it was made out of dark oak wood at
Yep,
first.
yep.
So this
Until,
is that obsidian thing is my tower. So let me explain. So it was my tower, and I was pretty impressed on some of the progress I was able to make in this world all by myself. So I invited Arrow Gamer 2014, and an old friend named Snipe Seeker 95. So then, we basically, since they said, you know, I was gonna exit without save, they just did whatever the fuck they wanted.
yep,
And then I said, yo, stop messing up with my world. And I was like, yo, and then they're like, why? Um, and I was like, because I don't want you messing my world. It's like, but you are exiting without saving. And then eventually it got enough. It's like, all right, I'm exiting and saving. And then they just built some houses there. They're like, all right, I'm gonna build some houses. I was like, wait, what? 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 So then I guess that's kind of how multiplayer came into this world. So then eventually I built a railroad. There was actually a mine shaft that's near here. Oh, here's some cake. Where are you at?
yes. Ah,
It's the
yummy.
cake's from me and you. So the mine
Mm,
shaft, first mine shaft. This is where melons came from. I'm pretty sure it's still there. Uh, oh,
nah, he ain't a fascist. He ain't a fascist. We're just,
nah, I ain't a
nah,
fascist. Although
nah.
one of
We're
the
we're
players
Republican.
that I banned are a fascist. I'm not Republican either. I'm not liberal either, but
Yeah,
I'll save that for a later live stream. I don't know
yeah,
what political party I am.
yeah.
But this is the mine shaft. Well, let's go down.
Right, Geronimo.
This is mine shaft. This is where melons came from.
Ah,
This is
yes. I remember. I remember you told me about this place. I remember it
you
well.
see, there used to be fun fact, there used to be a railroad that went down here.
Except we had to use the railroad surface for surface
Yeah.
railroads that would.
And this
Yeah,
railroad would lead to this cave spider spawner. It still works, I think.
wherever it
I
is,
think
but
so.
I'm gonna try and find my way out of
Oh,
here, and that's
oh wait,
clearly
I see
not
it.
the way out of here.
Okay, so
Aha, there we go.
yeah. Follow me, good day.
Follow you. Wait, I was.
Yes, I know my way out of this cave.
Ah, all right. Even though
All
I
right,
was just coming from here and making my way out just fine, but
all right. It's a way out of here.
oh
I haven't been down here in months, but I still know my cave. I still know this cave. So,
yep.
anyways,
Ah,
uh, I guess I built a railroad to here, and there was a mushroom island. We can go
oh
to it
yeah,
if
yeah.
that, but it's practically dead at this point. But it was the first mushroom island that the MENARBIS district ever what was it? They ever colonized.
Yeah.
So let's go to it. My Electra's kind of broken. I'll fix that later. Maybe tomorrow or some shit. I'm too
There,
tired.
don't worry. We're men. We can huff it. It's a nice brisk walk toward the west. Let's go.
Yeah. So,
So,
yeah.
so we're kind of a combination. So at least when it comes to our
Wait,
environment.
hold on.
Wait, wait.
Hold on. Hold on. I don't really get to do this often.
Wait.
So,
What?
I don't really get to do this often, but I want to do it. Uh, bullseye.
Where are you? Yes, I am.
Bull. Let's go. Good day. Let's go. Good day to
Oh,
the Mushroom Island.
riding a horse. Are you kidding me?
Why not? I am the
Please,
the
I'm
chairman of this world.
true, true, but all right, fine. At least I am man enough to at least walk.
Well, guess what?
Don't
I'm the
worry.
chairman, and I created this world,
True, 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 true,
and I can travel however I want in this world as long
true,
as I'm
true,
not hurting anyone else.
true,
Okay,
true.
so Mushroom Island. That was it had like a little zombie spawner, and some of those mushrooms. Well, I actually set up a farm in that Mushroom Island. So then my friend was like, yo, that's so cool. And I was like, yeah, it's a big ass, long ass railroad. And then my friend's like, me and him came up with some ideas on like, what if, what if we created like a government world that was like reliant on railroads. So I was like,
Precisely.
I was like, yeah, that seems a pretty good idea. And then, we just talked about it. And then he says, oh, what's the rarest thing you have? Like,
There we
melons, I
go.
guess? And it's like, oh, that's the currency. I was like, oh, okay.
Yep, and I may be a little late to the party, but I am finally managed to make my way over here. And I believe it's down this ladder. Is the
Oh,
aforementioned
by the way,
zombie
has
spawner.
Joseph Stalingrad appeared in your other streams, or is this the first one?
I don't know. I really would like you to educate me on that one, whether or
I
not
don't
you've
know.
been
I'm just
here.
asking you. But
Oh no,
anyways,
oh no,
anyways.
I was asking the guy directly in the stream, not you. My mistake.
Oh, okay. So
Yeah,
we came up with some ideas. Melons were the currency. Railroads are going to be reliant.
speaking of
We
which,
came up with a whole rent system back then, and then we were like, you know what? Let's let's call this world all we needed was a name.
yeah,
So since before the Menarbis district had its official name, back then, even before then, I would like use my initials, like Men, and then Arb would be Arrow's full name, but his
right,
initials. So then, I guess I guess he come up with
all right.
combining like initials, and I was like, he came up with, oh my god,
MENARBIS.
and then I was like, that seems
Hmm.
pretty cool. And then I said Menarbis, or he said it. We both came up
Right.
with the name.
Yeah, it was a group effort.
And then yes, it was. So then it was like, but what would it be called? It can't be just called Menarbis. So then I was like saying colony, some other things. I remember saying colony because,
Uh,
I'm a big
oh,
Steven Universe fan.
yeah.
So then I said district. You know how like school districts and district does sound cool in general? I saved that, district for the best for last. So I was like saying Menarbis district? And he's like, yeah, that's pretty cool. And then Menarbis district was officially born.
Yep,
Well, the name at least.
the name. Yes.
So we came up with a system. I was the leader, the host president of the world. Arrow was, I guess, the other president, and then Snipe Seeker, since he kind of helped us create the Menarbis district, he was the first vice president.
Yep.
And then so on, we came up with the world. We invited a few people here, and then the
Hmm.
first town. Where is that? Where are you, good day?
I'm at Origins right now.
Oh well,
Military base Origins.
let's go to Veterans Town.
Yes, yes. The first ever village, man-made village to be made here in the district.
How about the USSR? No
This,
communism here.
no communism here, pal. It's a Democratic Republican combination with a little bit of the snowy Northern European that you would see in, yeah, like Finland and Norway. Pretty much where, Yeah, pretty much where, yeah, Russia was fending off the German advance, pretty much.
Well, yeah, well, we're democratic,
That's what I said
not
before then.
communist.
That's what I said before then. I was just using the
Well,
landscape
okay,
as a
whatever.
reference.
Yeah, I know. But basically,
Okay.
Veterans Town, it was the first town to ever exist. There was like that was where all the houses were at. I was
Yeah.
all alone back then, at least. I was just me and my big dark oak tower, shit like that. Fun fact: there used to be a glass room, a sunroom in my towers, just so I could watch everyone going anywhere in the district, like who's passing my tower and shit like that.
Yeah,
Uh,
to be fair, I actually witnessed it in my first day, couple days here. And
yeah.
it was actually completely removed by the time we, you know, went,
So then,
yeah.
yeah, we invited some people here, like Dong, Wind Waker. Well, his nickname is Wind Waker. uh,
We all know why.
then, and while during all of this time, I was actually in a play. It was
Nice
called "You Can't
place.
Take It With You." I didn't get home until like 5:30, and whenever I did get home, I would always run this world, you know,
Hmm.
and I would still do good at that play, and that's cool. Uh, yeah, and
Yeah.
there's some places like where you at?
Oh no, I
Oh
was in
yeah,
Veterans Town. I was in there while you were describing everything and how it came to be.
yeah. So Arrow's house originally he was gonna build like a super big house, but he built that house just so he wouldn't have to pay much taxes. And
Yeah.
yeah, and then it was those years were okay, I guess. Oh yeah, by the way, there's the copyright system.
Oh, oh
Back
yeah.
then.
To be
uh,
fair, it was still partially active when I came in, when I first came in, and it was very stupid. Didn't want to comment
Yes,
on it at the time, but
we
yeah,
at the time we copyrighted who can own an animal farm or what,
yeah.
and then
To be fair,
whoever wanted to build an animal farm would have to like get permission from the guy who first created the animal farm.
yeah. To be fair, it
So
was
it
kind
was
of
kind of
stupid.
stupid.
Yeah,
Especially for a chicken farm. I really wanted to build a chicken farm, so I kept begging Snipe Seeker, hey, can I build a chicken farm? No. Can I build a chicken farm? No. Can I build a chicken farm? No. So it was a virtual monopoly
yep.
for
No,
that guy.
and my apologies to
Oh,
Arrow Gamer. My personal apologies to Arrow Gamer. I had to take his poisonous potatoes and use them for food because let's just say it was the nearest food source. And
oh,
for some
I could
reason,
have
I'm
given
not
you
being.
some cake. Why didn't you just ask me for food?
Oh, I
Stupid.
yeah, yeah. I guess I'm just as stupid as the copyright system. Oh,
Okay, so
I'm sorry.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. So Veterans Town was pretty cool. This is Snipe Seeker's house over here.
yep,
Good day. I don't
yeah.
know where you at,
Used
but
to be. I'm
this is
behind you.
Snipe.
Your horse literally pushed me off the cliff with its ass. Are you kidding me?
Oh, uh,
Your horse
my
literally
horse is thick.
smacked me. My your
My
horse
horse
literally
is
smacked
thick.
me right off the cliff. Yeah,
And
so
then
this used to be Snipe Seeker's house.
eventually, okay, so we made a world, copyright system kind of sucks, shit like that. Then
Yeah.
until like I think it was on my 15th birthday. Um, there were some trolls that came on here. I don't know their names though. They messed up some shit here, and then
If
they
it was
left.
communism, yeah. If it was communism, it would be bad. So
Well, to be
trollers came
fair,
on here.
I wasn't really that much into the history of communism
Yeah.
that back then.
Back then,
So
yeah.
yeah, I was like kind of a little pissed off, shit like that. But whatever. I went to
Yep.
Uno's, so that was good.
Yep.
And yeah, and my ass didn't get fried during that birthday, so that's good.
Yep.
So after the play was over, it was around October 20 something, 20 something. Um, I just kind of got bored of this world for a while. So then. And so did Arrow Gamer, so we had to end it the only way we could. We had to beat the Ender Dragon. It was
Yeah.
before the reset the end button, so We made a whole entire new copy of the world, and we beat it the Ender Dragon, and then basically we didn't play in that world for at least a month, almost a month.
Yep. Until one fateful day.
Really? Good day. Get some food.
I'm.
Ask me for some food.
It's okay. I'm fine. I got this. I'm surviving.
Yeah, but I got
I'm getting by.
cake.
Okay. Okay. You know what? Here. Let's meet up somewhere and we can all have some cake.
Yes, get some cake, man. Why didn't you just ask me?
Well, to be fair, I don't want to impose, although it is the birthday of the district, so.
Yes. You get free cake. You see, this is the only type
Yay.
of communism that works
Well,
here, okay?
yep. Free food. At least most of the time.
Yeah, well,
Just,
only on this day.
yeah.
You happy, Joseph Stalin?
Yep. Free cake for
Okay,
the free cake for the
so
Commonwealth. Yay.
yes. So basically, I kind of got bored of the world and shit like that, and then eventually,
Until one fateful
this kid
day.
named yeah, until one fateful day, I don't know. I think I was playing Overwatch or some shit like that. I don't know,
He
but
broke.
this kid.
I sure hope this guy can atone for his sins because he broke one of the Ten Commandments of gayness, playing Overwatch.
I used to play Overwatch. Good day. Give me a break. You play like Flash games. You
Okay,
play
fine.
Flash
True,
games.
true, true, true. Okay, go
Okay,
on.
so basically, Song was like, "Yo, remember the MENARBIS district?" And I was like, "Yeah, I remember that world. It was a pretty cool world. You still want to play on that world? I mean, I kind of miss it. Is it still active?" I was like, "I mean, yeah, I haven't been on it, but I guess if you want to play on it." So then everyone got on that world. Arrow got in it. I got in it. Snipe Seeker, Song, some other people, Eden,
Yep.
this Muslim boy named Applestar. Oh my god, he's so annoying. But back then he wasn't that bad, okay?
Yeah.
So Applestar was like, "Hey, the Harvest District seems pretty cool. Can you invite me?" I was like, "Sure, why not?" So I invited him, and then Applestar was like, "Hey, I'm gonna invite some of my friends." I was like, "Okay." So then he invited Good Day,
Yep.
Turtle
And
Man,
oddly,
Stampy, and some other people.
yep. And oddly enough, the way we got introduced was through Apple Star, I might add, and it
Yeah.
was in a battle mode,
Yes,
apparently,
in a battle mode. We met me and Good Day met each other around Thanksgiving 2016.
which was pretty dang sick, actually.
Yes, it was like before it, but I was during I think I was in Thanksgiving break during that week.
Yeah.
So basically, it was pretty cool and all. Good Day, he was here, and then all the other people. Um, let's that Hill House. Good Day.
Yep.
Let's show Good Day's first home. I
Yep.
wonder if it's still around.
It is still around, even though I think it was ever since I abandoned it. It was blown up more than twice by creepers, but everyone, for some reason,
Yeah.
decided to keep rebuilding it. And boy, oh
Yes.
boy, this is where it sprung. I remember there were a few
How the
chests.
military sprung. Get
Yep,
it, guys? Ha
yep.
ha ha ha
Because
ha ha.
there was like a double chest there. There was a bed there, crafting table, furnace, and then the rest was all melons. It was very cramped, but hey, it was home.
Yeah. And then basically everyone else back then, they lived in the other home. This home.
Yep,
And
it was
over
it
the
was
hill home.
the hill home right here.
Yes. Apple Star, Turtle Man, everyone there. So back then everyone was living right next to me. And
Yep.
Arrow got a little jealous. So Arrow was like, "Yeah, I want these people right next to me." So he convinced Apple Star, "Yo, I'll pay you 2 stacks of melon slices if you give me this whole house." And
Yeah.
back then, that was a lot of money back
Yep.
then because none
Yep.
of us weren't that rich.
Back then that wasn't chump change like it is now.
So Apple Star's like, "All right, cool." So then he bought his
Yep.
house.
So
Arrow bought his house.
yep.
Apple Star moved with some other people to a igloo. Let me show the igloo. It's being deconstructed right now, but it used to be a pretty
Oh
cool
yeah.
igloo. I built it myself, but they
Yep.
fucked it up.
Yeah, but Well, to be fair, that house in and of itself does have a bit of history behind it. A bit more of a history behind it before we ended up deciding to tear it down.
Yeah. So, oh my God, how did I survive that?
How did you... Oh,
Ugh.
yeah. Anyways, oh, yeah. Yeah, you didn't even finish tearing it down, dude.
Whatever. I was too busy with Family Central. But
True,
this
true,
is
true.
the house that they used to live in.
Just
But
picture this area right here being a complete wall of freaking furnaces
no, and
and the rest of this.
it was actually a pretty good house.
Yeah, and the rest
So,
is yeah, built, the wall built up
yeah,
with
so
snow.
basically, where Turtle Man and Stampy moved to, they moved to somewhere back then. It was the outskirts,
Yep.
just like what Good Day did. Let's
Oh,
show Good Day's
speaking
house
of which,
first.
yeah, speaking of which, of
Oh, his
course,
first real house.
yeah. To be fair, this house was well, made out of dirt and granite back then, and mostly cobblestone.
It
Not the
kind of
way it
looked like
looks
White
now.
Castle, to be honest.
Actually, no, it looked like a castle that was put together using literal feces and concrete before concrete was
Yep.
even a thing in this game. Or
Yeah, fun
no,
fact, this was considered the outskirts of the MENARBIS district because
until
back then there was no such thing as netherways.
yep, until one fateful day when I decided, you know what?
Yeah,
I'm gonna
wait,
go on a
oh,
trek. Oh wait, am I forgetting something
uh,
like in between?
yeah, I just want to show Turtle Man's house, and well, it's
Oh
now
yeah,
my farm technically.
oh yeah.
This is Good Day's first real house.
Yep, I'm right behind you, pal. It's taking me a while. There we go. Okay. Yeah, keep in mind that what you see here wasn't all cobblestone before. More like over here, it was like normal granite, not even polished granite. In fact, you can see most of the normal granite still there, and the rest of it was mostly dirt, and
Yeah,
I believe also sand as well in some areas. So I was
and then
very poor back then.
yeah, very poor, and plus he didn't come on here that often
Yeah,
back then.
at that moment in time, I was addicted to Just Cause 3. In fact, oddly enough, I still am.
Well, I was about to say.
Yeah.
So,
Oops.
shit.
Yeah. I felt, yeah, to be fair, that was actually a minor mistake on my part because I thought to myself, you know what? Why don't I make my time here worthwhile? And well,
He built. He's like, "Yo, pay me to build some starships from Star Trek," and I was like, "All right, cool."
yep. And thus, the area that you guys always see me walk past, which I like to officially call the spaceport, was born.
Yep. That and fuck. Keep falling. It's
I gotta work on getting myself some food. Do you have any cake left?
yeah.
Awesome.
Plenty of cake left.
Cool.
Uh, okay.
Perfect.
Well, I wish you can like be on the back of my horse. That'd be cool.
Yeah, like the same functionality as a boat. Like you can fit two people on it.
Yeah. So,
And it's my
signal.
fault. It's
Wow.
my fault for not having my horse with me.
Yeah, you should have picked up your horse.
Yeah.
But anyways,
And then I believe you guys saw this in one of my early streams, like back in the early
oh,
days
there
of
it
this
is.
district. There, what is?
The old house. I bought it off of them so that I
Oh
can convert
yeah.
it to my farm.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. Wait, yeah, let me try and get
Because
over there.
back then, me and Arrow were like having some kind of race to see who can become richer and who
Yeah.
can live and which people would live
it was
more.
like an arms race, except it was done by capitalists instead of communists.
Yeah. No, it's done by who can get richer, who can get more richer.
That's what I meant. You know, capitalists
I
get
know.
rich while communists
I
have
know, but
arms races.
I was just being more simple.
Okay.
This is the farm.
Yep.
Yeah. They used to live here. And this is the other house. I think Stampy's cousin was here. I
Here, I
forgot his
can
name, to be
I can do
honest.
this. Get myself a pie. Oh jeez. Okay, well you guys saw part of it. It was
Uh,
yeah. You know what?
yeah,
Instead of being lazy, why don't I just walk around?
yeah, so then basically everything went great. Also, there was a big Black Friday sale. I was
Yes.
selling diamonds for cheap, and
Yep.
back then it was cheap.
Back when
So
diamonds were very
yeah,
profitable.
yes, everyone was buying diamonds for me left and right. It
Yep.
was getting so rampant that I decided not to sell diamonds anymore.
Yep. Not to
Well,
mention,
for most
also,
people.
yeah. Also, I hate to sound like the cartoonish Saturday morning bad guy here, but when are we gonna skip the history lesson and go straight to the wars?
Uh, the history lessons are more important because it
True.
leads to war.
Oh, true.
So,
True.
fun
True.
fact, in this farm, and please stop interrupting me. Thank you.
Okay.
I'm getting, whatever.
Okay.
So, Turtle Man built in this house, he built like a little statue of his head. And, yeah. And his old house, but I destroyed it because I was gonna put my head there, but I never got to it. So yeah, and then Good Day built the first military base, Fire Base Origins, somewhere
Yep.
late 2016 or early
Er,
2017.
Early 2017. I believe I streamed the beginning of this. Actually, if you if you guys remember that. In fact, you know what? I'll post it in the videos channel on my Discord server.
Okay,
All right.
all
Yeah.
right.
Sorry.
Okay, so basically, and then eventually, December, I was able to talk to this guy, my old friend from middle school, Alex Serrano, aka Senecos. Um, yeah, you see, we were pretty good friends back in middle school, even though we had issues with each other occasionally, especially during seventh grade. I decided, you know what, I'm gonna buy him Minecraft for Christmas because I want the nostalgia. Because me and him, we didn't really get to play with each other often online because middle school, you know, he didn't have a PS4. He only had like a PS3, and I played on my PS4. So I bought him Minecraft. He was super grateful. We made a world, a creative world. And then, basically after that, I introduced him to the MENARBIS district. But as soon as he came in there, he trespassed Arrow's house, and he was put into jail for a bit. But then I released him. And I think early 2017. Oh, this is where the wars are about to begin. Good
Oh.
Day, while Good Day was sweating blood and tears, shit like that, while building the original spaceport. At
Yep.
first, no one really helped him. I kind of feel bad for that. Even I didn't really help him that much. Then eventually, I did help him by giving food and some supplies.
Yeah. I still thank you for that, by the way, because yeah, sure, it was through hell and high water I managed. And sorry to interrupt one more time, but and I hate to advertise some of my past streams, but I think I actually got some of this on stream.
Yeah.
Yeah. So link will be in the Discord server soon.
I actually might watch those streams later tonight. But
Yeah.
yeah, here's where the wars start. Here's where
Oh.
the wars actually
Oh.
started.
Oh. Oh. Oh.
Uh,
Oh. I want to talk about him. I would like to be the
wait,
one
wait,
to
wait,
over.
wait. I want to talk about the beginning of it real quick.
Oh. Okay. Okay.
So at the late 2016 or early 2017, there's this guy named Arif.
Ooh.
Um, since
Ooh.
everyone did not like him,
The angry emo.
yeah, the stupid ass emo guy. So no one really liked him that much, so we just trolled him. Yeah, we just trolled him. And then this guy named FFA King, he was kind of a really big dick, so I banned him. And ever since then, I've never spoken to him ever again. Um, yeah, and me and some other people roasted him as well. Uh, yeah, this is where the wars start. Arif. Now you can talk about Arif. I'll talk about Joe.
Okay.
You
Actually,
know, the angry British imperialist wannabe therapist. You start with the angry emo kid.
oh, all right, all right. Oh, crap. I'm stuck in a. All right, there we go. Okay, actually, which one would you like to talk about the the most? Or oh,
Let's talk about all the wars in chronological order.
okay. First off, Aerith. Oh man. He wasn't the most major of all the threats, but let's be honest and say we kind of sort of had a personal vendetta against rhinos for a brief period of time.
Yeah.
So, not exactly the worst threat the district has ever come across, but it's, well, actually, to be fair, it wasn't much of a threat to begin with. Considering how
Back then
we,
it kind of was
back then,
because
yeah, it was. It kind of was back then, but eventually, yeah, looking back, we're laughing at it, to be honest with you guys.
yeah.
But
Yeah.
but in all honesty, let's just say that was it a dark time? Yes. Did it destroy it? Oh hell. Did it destroy the district? Oh hell no. Mm-mm.
But we destroyed the rhinos
Exactly.
permanently.
Yep.
So, let me talk about the details of it. Before the war, Arif was actually a pretty noble man.
Yep.
A noble man. I think he was being redeemed and shit like that. And he wanted to build a house somewhere on the side of the hill. It was the farmer's market. That
Yep.
used to be his house. But that was his house, it was just some small cave that didn't lead to anywhere.
Yep. Obviously, you guys have seen the farmers market through most of my streams because that's where I frequent the most for
Yeah,
supplies.
so
Yeah.
oh man. So, the farmer's market, that was Arab's house and shit like that. He
Mm-hmm.
was a pretty normal man. Uh, and then eventually, we talked about shit, and then we were taking like, what should we do? PvP? Oh yeah, fun fact. I was telling Arif about some ideals that Alpestar wanted to see on the district, such as PvP arenas. Arif came to think, and we were both thinking, and we both thought of, what if the arenas connected to each other instead of one big arena, just one big boring arena? It would be multiple unique arenas connecting to each other. And we both thought that was so goddamn genius.
Precisely.
So then we worked on the first four arenas. The first four arenas were Civil War, Death Row, Arctic Realm, well, the laboratory, but it never got finished, unfortunately.
Yeah, and unfortunately,
It got canceled.
yeah, and also the hole that I accidentally jumped into. Yeah, that was what's left of it. It's more like an unused arena now.
Oh yeah, also my cousin joined here around late 2016, but
Or
that's not
actually,
important.
mid 2016, and man, he was a cool guy back then.
No, late 2016. Maybe early 2017. I don't know.
Oh,
He's a minor part of the history.
yeah. You were talking about 2016. I was thinking 2017, like early 2017, when I was, like having girl problems and stuff. Well, actually,
Okay,
since when
we're
am I
both
not?
out.
But yeah,
Yes.
yeah. Anyway, but you guys didn't come here to hear about our personal stories. You came here to learn
You came
about
here
history.
to about the district itself, and good
Yep.
day, I swear to God.
I'm not gonna say anything. I'm not saying anything. Trust me. Okay? I'm
Alright.
not saying anything.
Okay. Okay. So Arif was pretty cool, shit like that, and then he got rich, and I was like, he got rich, eh? Well, I guess competition couldn't hurt. So then we both started to get richer, richer, richer. So it was another arms race between but this time it was between me and Arif. We
Yep.
were trying to see who can get richer. Oh yeah, and this is where a month before Arif got banned, Joe, the angry imperialist British therapist, came here. The wannabe therapist. He came here.
Yep.
He was Turtle Man's friend, and then I guess since he was here, Senecas. Fun fact: I actually paid for his PlayStation Plus, so that's the reason why he was able to join here for a brief period of time.
Yep.
So Senecas let Joe moved in with him. They were pretty good friends, shit like that. Good roommates. They're both living in the same house. And I thought it was pretty cool. The district was prospering, and then everything started to get shady around Joe's birthday when he turned 15. Everything just started to get a little dark.
Yeah. Like, up
It
until
was,
then, like, don't get us wrong. Up until then, the guy was cool. He was a stand-up dude. But, yeah, what he's saying is
but
right. Things went weird.
it just went a little weird. Like something
Yeah.
did not feel right. Arif started to not feel right either because he would talk about how much he wanted to abandon Minecraft and shit like that. I was like, no, please don't abandon Minecraft. And then, yeah, eventually the day
Eventually he
came.
did. And, wait, what?
Eventually the day came.
Yep.
I think it was around maybe either February 16th or February 17th, 2017. Arif almost blew up my tower.
Yep.
He almost blew it up with
With
the
the
Wither.
with the Wither of all things. Like, well, I mean, to be fair, I mean, he is considered a terrorist in that way, but I have to commend him for the originality.
Then Joe was like, "Yo, guys, Arif tried doing something, but first you're gonna have to catch me." So then we catch him pretty quickly, and he was like, "Aw." And then Joe's like, "Yo, Arif tried blowing up your tower with Withers." And I was like, "Wait, what?" And then Arif was like, "Oh shit." So he stole a horse from the horse stable, and then we tried killing him, but he exited out the game.
Uh,
So then I was so goddamn pissed. I was so
yeah.
pissed. I was like, "Ooh, war. You want war, buddy? Well, war's about to come to you, bitch." I was
And
like, I was going insane and shit like that during that time.
yeah.
I remember those times. Oh yeah, I think wasn't Heavenly Central in development? Oh,
In development,
Heavenly
yes.
Central.
Yep. As you can see, we it used to be made out of cobblestone, but we're slowly converting it with to glass.
Glass.
A little bit more
Yes, but
eco-friendly.
let's talk about a mini lesson about Heavenly Central.
Oh yeah.
So a lot of holes. No one likes a lot of holes in the world.
Yeah.
So for some reason, I was talking with this guy named Brown Bear, talking about, hey, how can we fix this? Brown Bear's like, why don't we just build an underground city? I was like, nah, too expensive. I was like thinking, what if we build a sky city, and it could be attached to my tower? And he was like, yeah. What? And we were both thinking, what cheap block? What is the cheapest block we can
Cheapest
find?
block.
We can use, and it's pretty useful. Oh, cobblestone. So we mined a fuck ton of cobblestone, and
Started
yeah,
building.
yeah, we started building and shit like that. Brown Bear built himself a house, and I built myself that goldfish swimming pool and some other shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And don't get me wrong, I think at the time I was actually on the yearly Maui trip that I usually take. Which, by the
Oh
way,
yeah,
that's
yeah. Good
which,
Day was absent during that time.
yeah, through no
So
through
I was
no
kind
fault
of
of my own, because I wasn't able to bring
so
my PS4. And
yes, back
anyways,
then.
yeah, go on.
So me and it was just me and Seneca. So Arif, I was like trying to get Arif back into world so I can kill him and put him in solitary confinement.
In the end,
Yeah,
I
and
think it worked.
also the reason why Pikachu is in Heavenly Central is because back then I used to do this thing, this Kickstarter thing It wasn't like real money. It was just with melons. Like, hey,
Yeah.
if you donate a certain amount of money, I'll build pixel art or some shit like that. Turtle Man donated like I don't know, I think 8 stacks of melon slices, maybe 12. I don't know. He donated enough, and I was like, Pikachu. And then no, he was like, build me Pikachu. And I was like, okay. So he built like a little sky house that connected with Heavenly Central a little bit. I was like, all right, I'm gonna build you Pikachu right now. So then I built Pikachu. It took a little bit, but I did it, shit like that. But the war between me and Aerith was still going. So I was like, how am I gonna get him in? So since I knew that Turtle Man was still good allies with Aerith, I was like, yo, why don't you lure Aerith in? But then Aerith didn't come. So then I was trying to plan out all these crazy ass plans, and then eventually one day Turtle Man turned against me, and Turtle Man's like, ha ha ha, I was actually best friends with Aerith all along. I hate you guys, and then we killed him, and yeah.
Yep.
And then after Aerith got banned, I gave all of Aerith's shit to Joe, and since Joe was richer than me, I was like, you know what? A president is richer than me, so we left it at that.
All right. And then, but little did we know, that was the beginning of the end of the beginning.
Yep. Good day. This is where, well, I think Nether always were a thing. I'm not sure. I
No,
know they didn't exist after Aerith got banned.
yeah. Once Aerith got banned, that was a new era of discovery. I was all like, well, with that threat out of the way, I think now is a perfect time for me to do something drastic for this world. So
So,
then,
well, Good Day wanted to live all by himself. He was like, fuck this shit. I'm living all by myself.
yeah,
I was like, all right, Good Day.
decided to move out to the countryside. Inadvertently, that was probably one of the smartest dumb decisions I've ever made.
We,
Ironically enough.
yeah.
Yep.
I think this was after Joe got banned, but let's get to Joe.
Oh
Joe,
yes.
Joe was pretty salty. He was slowly starting to be salty at us, despite him being vice president. Because
Yep.
after the first election, when Senecas became president, and Joe was like volunteering to run against him, but in reality, he just wanted power and he was being
Yeah.
very competitive. And then Joe was like, man, I'm triggered. I want to be president. So then basically he framed Senecas for a bunch of crimes like saying that he stole a bunch of shit from Arrow, um, saying some shit, griefing, whatever crimes. So
Yep.
then we raided the shit out of Senecas. We killed him in the MENARBIS district at least, and we raided his whole entire house.
Yep.
I think I'm not sure if I recorded a video of it. If I did,
Um.
then I'll find it.
Um.
I know
I'll let you
it
find it.
was
Yeah.
me, Arif. No, wait, not Arif. Arrow, my bad. I'm
Yep.
tired as hell.
Oh, you're
Joe,
good. You're
Binding
good.
of Joe, and Brown Bear.
Yep.
We all we all went as a team. We raided his house. We destroyed it. Shit like that. And then yeah, that was pretty much it.
Yeah.
And then Senecas was very pissed at us. He was like, fuck you guys. So then he made his own world, which was practically a communist world. Hey, Joseph, are you still watching? This
I
is
don't.
the communist stuff.
I don't think he is, but yeah, we're just getting into the good stuff, at least for his character, anyways.
So he made a communist world called the Freedom District or some shit like that.
Yep.
I
Pretty
sent
much.
Joe in as a spy to see what the world's about. And he told me, yo, it's a communist world. I was like, oh, fuck. God
But
damn it.
then, but then something very odd happened. Because that was around the same time that I came back from the yearly Maui trip. And
Yeah.
then I ended up going into the Freedom District, seeing what it was all about. I was all like, all right, that's cool. And that was around the same time I got back from Maui, so I decided, you know what? Build myself a pontoon type boat. Like the catamarans that they have out there for tourism and stuff. So then I did. then all of a sudden, we ended up just grilling Joe for information, and he made one very interesting comment, saying that he wanted to see the district go down in flames, or something like that.
Wait, wait, Joe said that?
Yeah, and then, but dude, but little did I know that Senecos had a very interesting plan to get even with him, and then restore his, position back in the district. And
Yeah, basically, what was it? Something, something,
pretty,
something.
pretty much,
Seneca. Oh
we
wait, Seneca. Joe kind of, and some other people told me, "Yo, give Seneca a second chance." And I'm like, "Fine, I'll give him a second chance."
yes,
So then basically, he was working as like a peasant, trying to rebuild his house. He was sort of miserable and shit like that, but he was happy to be back here.
yep,
And then eventually, Good Day got back, and then Joe started to become even more salty. And his friends were like starting to become even more salty.
yep.
Unknown and his brother, I forgot his brother's name,
Um,
but
well, oh wow,
Unknown.
unknown and Beast, the Beast. No, not.
Yeah, they used to have like a small birch house near a really populated near a snowy birch forest, and then
Yeah.
eventually they made a big birch tower, but I destroyed that.
Oh yeah, I remember that. It was kind of ugly.
Yeah. They trying to rip off my tower and shit like that. And also, ever since Arif got banned, that's why my tower is completely made out of obsidian.
Yep.
So that a terrorist attack won't happen like that ever again.
Yep, it's like building our new warship out of remains of the Twin Towers.
Yeah.
Yeah, the biggest middle finger to jihadists out there, pretty much.
So basically, Senecas, we found out that Senecas was innocent, shit like that.
Yep.
And yeah.
Oh no, it was through that way. Like I realized that Joe was playing us the entire time. I was able to put two and two together back then. I was all like, wait a second. Oh, you've got to be kidding me. And then, yep, I realized that he framed Senecos, and it was up to he and I to restore freedom to the people.
Well, and me too.
Well,
Because
yeah,
I'm like,
yeah. Well, at that point in time, for some reason, you were going nuts over something. So then we thought to ourselves, you know what? We use that
I
to
think
our
I was going
advantage.
paranoid or over Arif or some shit.
Yeah. So then Senecos and I, we thought to ourselves, you know what? Why don't
Oh
we
yeah.
use this to
Fun
our
fact, me and
advantage?
Joe disagreed on a lot of shit while I was running
Yes.
as while he was running as president.
Yes.
He was like blah 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 blah, blah. And I was like, no 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 no, we do it like this. No 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 no, we do it like that.
Yeah.
And I'm very tired. Uh,
Oh, don't worry, don't worry. If you're getting tired, man, I'll take it from here if you want me to.
you take it, but
Okay.
but if you miss out any details, I'm gonna have
Then
to
then
fill in.
then you can fill in and correct me. I'll accept
Okay.
that.
So basically, we
So
did this. I
basically,
think maybe no, it was the play High School Musical. I was paranoid at school and shit like that.
yeah. Oh
That was
yeah. Yeah. No wonder you were paranoid back then. Like, dang. Like I'm surprised that you're still alive.
yeah, same.
Anyways, so let's just say because of that little spilled information that Joe was secretly evil, like a closet evil like yeah, came out of the closet as an evildoer pretty much. Santa Claus and I, we were right on top of him. So take that and interpret that how you will. Yeah, I'm not going to go into detail about that. Just I'll let you guys figure
Yeah,
that out.
and some people thought I was a very bad leader and shit like that. It
Yep.
was back when everyone fucking hated me in the MENARBIS district. They were saying, "Oh, you suck. You're a fucking dictator." And some other bullshit. And I was like, "You guys are," and I was very hurt. My
Yep.
feelings were hurt, and I thought Joe was a better leader than me back then.
Yep. And probably another reason why you started to go a little nuts. However, we discovered that was all because that was we Santa Costa and I discovered that it was because of Joe's plan. It was because of Joe that this entire thing was going down. So that's when we decided to grill him for information. Say, it's just us. We're against the district and all. So we're with you. You can tell us. And then we got him to spill the beans. We and then in the end,
Oh
we
yeah, I remember now. I remember. I remember.
yep.
I remember. You guys told me about it, and I thought it was BS or some. I don't know. Did I thought it was BS? It was BS.
I think
And
you
then
thought it. I think you thought it at first, but then you started to put two and two together, and you were all like, "Oh, what the guys are saying probably makes sense." Also, do you have some cake?
I'm not actually about to save.
Oh, okay, okay, cool, cool.
Yeah, so anything you do here won't be saved.
All
So,
right. Oh, wait a
yeah,
minute,
I
wait a
was
minute. That reminds me. When did you save?
before the stream started.
Okay, cool. Okay, cool. So we're awesome.
Okay, all right, okay.
So,
I was like, and even during that time, I was like, wow, I'm actually becoming a better leader. And I was thinking to myself, why is Seneca known as evil? And then basically I started to notice that, wait, I'm becoming a better leader than Joe.
yeah,
And then, yeah, two and two came together for me.
yeah,
So
and
then around March or April, this was when we planned to assassinate him.
yep, and it was quite an ingenious plan, if I do say so myself. Well, I mean, I shouldn't take all the credit
What?
for it. I shouldn't take all the credit for it. It was a group effort spearheaded by myself and Santikos, of course. But
So,
unfortunately,
but I would
un-
have been there, but my mom forced me to go to Chick-fil-A to meet some girls I haven't seen in years, and my mom would say how better they're doing than I was back then, because she would always compare me to other children, which was very very annoying.
yeah,
So then I was like, "Yo, mom, please take me home. There's something happening." And then I got home, and then this was when you guys were chasing down Joe. Joe was everywhere. Shit like
yep,
that.
yep. It was pretty much one of the biggest manhunts in this nation's history, pretty much. And hard to believe that
Eventually, I
there
think
are
he
only two
surrendered
guys.
himself.
Yeah, eventually he surrendered himself, but dude, despite the fact that it was just me and Santikos at the time, we engaged in one of the biggest manhunts in this world's history. It was quite spectacular.
So then, eventually, we trapped him in his own potion shop, and
Yep,
we executed him there.
yep,
And then Senecas became president again, and Joe
yep,
was obviously disqualified. He was banned, shit like that. He
yep,
was impeached.
yep. Oh, what gets even better is the plan that we enacted for it. Oh my gosh, it was quite ingenious. So, and at the same time, we actually decided to use if you remember correctly, Mr. Chairman, we decided to use your craziness, your acting craziness,
Oh
as
yeah,
as bait.
oh yeah, I remember. I was gonna. What was the plan? Oh yeah, I
Yeah, the
remember some
plan
of it.
the plan
It was
was.
like a plan. Wait, shut up, shut up, shut up, shut
But
up.
I
I remember
remember
some of
it.
it.
I remember all of it though.
I know, but I want to say some parts.
Okay.
So basically, I pretended that I was gonna go super crazy because some girl rejected me or some shit like that,
Yep.
and then yeah, you go ahead.
Yep. That was it. And to be fair, that's what sounded believable, so that's how we lured him back here. And then we assigned him for maybe a day or so as temporary president. Because he still considered himself to be the president at the time. And that moment in time, I managed to convince him that the solitary confinement, which is still in use, by the way.
Yeah, House
This
of Senecas.
Yep, yep. Anyways, so pretty much I managed to convince him that this place was an underground government shelter instead of a solitary confinement jail cell, which I'm down here right now actually. Just Yeah, very familiar with this. Very familiar with this place. Anyways, so we managed to lure him down here. After a day or so, we managed to get Ninja back on the district. He pretended to go even more crazy. That's when I decided to enact martial law. And then that's when we trapped Joe down there and then we executed him. The first time.
Well, yeah, and then eventually he ran away. We tried, shit like that. He
Yeah.
surrendered himself. We killed him in this potion shop, and yeah.
Yeah.
After that, shortly, I think a week or two after that, Good Day. It was the first time that Good Day truly was like, fuck this. I'm gonna live somewhere more peaceful.
Yep.
And then eventually he kicks. He's one of the reasons why it kickstarted the colonial. Well, I wanted to say colonial or imperial, but it started the
I believe,
expansion of the MENARBIS district
yeah, the expansion era, I believe we called it.
with with the exception of the South, which was the first real region that was discovered, but it wasn't the first region to be fully colonized. The
Yeah.
West was.
Yep.
So then Good Day was like, "Oh my God, this village is so good. Look, there's 4 diamonds." So then
Yep.
Good Day built himself a nether portal there. I built there's already a nether portal there. Then I had one of the most brilliant ideas that this world ever had, the
Mm-hmm.
MENARBIS district that ever had. I was like, "Yo, what if we connect our 2 nether portals into one railroad? Like we just connect them." And everyone thought I was crazy.
And
But then,
thus,
I tried
nether.
it.
Yep. We tried it, and thus, from that day forward, netherways were born.
Yep. Oh yeah, and by the way, you know how like some people, some superheroes are like, um, you know, let me name a superhero right now. They say like, Batman away. I said, Nether away. Like those kind of chants.
Yeah.
No, some I know some superheroes do it.
Yeah.
Okay, but yeah, it was great. It was a new era. New houses, new jobs, new land to settle in. It was everything. More
Yeah.
resources.
It was pretty much, by all extent of the imagination, it was literally as perfect could be back then.
Yeah. And then here's where I think I met King maybe a month or two after. No, it was when the second Glide DLC came out. I
Yes.
was
Oh,
trying
that
to
was
get
fun.
people to play with me, but no one would play with me. So I tried joining different games, and then eventually I found King. I was able to land in King's game. Some
Yep.
kid was arguing with me for some reason. I was like, say blah blah blah, and King's like, yo, shut the fuck up, guys. And then King's like, yo, that kid's annoying. And I was like, yeah, I know, right? And then eventually, me and King somehow became friends. We both really liked Minecraft. And then
Yep.
King introduced me to some of his pretty cool Minecraft worlds. So we pretty we pretty much play with each other all the time.
Yep.
Well, back then. So we played in each other's Minecraft worlds.
Yep.
Then eventually, I knew him well enough, and I was like, "Yo, join the MENARBIS sister. I have a pretty cool world." So then he did join, and he really liked it.
The
We
rest is
settled in,
history.
and
The South is now known as the Red Tech District and the Red Tech Territory. Gosh, I'm very
the rest
stupid.
is history.
Yep.
Oh, he built. Oh, by the way, he used to live under a tree. It
Oh
was called the Tree
yes.
of Wisdom.
It was silly,
But then
but to be fair, it
he
was pretty
tore it
cool.
down. He tore it down, and he made himself like a redstone operating house. You can go there if you want to. It's fully public.
Yep.
All permission is from him, so you can go in whenever you want.
Yep. And one thing that I actually forgot to bring in, and that was around the same time we were describing the development of the finishing of the Firebase Origins, was Area 42. It was
Area
so
42, it was okay.
yeah, it's not the best. Let's be honest here. That's kind of why we
Oh
kind of
yeah,
glanced over it.
also Turtle Man got banned for duplicating as well
Yep.
before he got banned for working with Aerith.
Yep. Oh man, it was. Yeah, weird.
Yeah, no, sorry, I'm tired, so some of the history it might not come top of my head.
No, to be fair, I mean, I kind of sort of glanced over Area 42, but I guess that kind of sort of, that kind of sort of signifies how much how much for how much this place is so forgettable and stuff.
So yeah, it was pretty cool and shit like that. And then let's see. And then King brought in some redstone inventions, like the cobblestone generators, some redstone things,
Yep.
and some of his redstone experiments were kind of failures, like the execution machine.
Yeah, but at the same time,
But
they were
his
okay.
other ones were pretty successful.
Yep.
And let's see, were there any wars that happened during this time? Oh yeah,
Oh
Joe
yeah.
sent in. Ever since Joe got banned, he was sending a bunch of little kids after the MENARBIS district so that they can finish his unfinished work.
Yep.
But I got pretty sick of them, so I just blocked every single one of them. I was like, bye, 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 bitch, bye, bitch, bye, bitch.
Which
And
is
also,
actually
this
kind
is
of
when
silly.
Prairie Fella came back, aka Turtle Man.
Yep.
I was like, all right, I guess he did some hard labor and shit like that. Fun fact: when the end reset button came in, I forced him to help me build the first railroad to the end.
Hey, which was pretty good in the end. It's still here to this day.
Well, it's been moved up,
Yeah.
but the original one, it was down. It was it was near above the sea.
Yep.
So yeah, it was pretty cool. I liked it.
And
And then
best way we can describe Turtle Man, a prepubescent gay man who is very confused on his sexuality.
yeah, and also he tends to be in the wrong group all the time. Like he could be with us, and the next minute he's with some gangsters and shit like that.
Yeah. Like to be fair,
Yeah,
it was
he's
kind of
very
silly.
confused.
Yeah.
We have nothing against gays,
Nope.
but he was acting a dick.
Yep.
And then yeah, let's see some other history. Uh, we could do hmm. So
So,
anything else happened after Joe got banned?
not really. I mean, other than like his inevitable return, and then you guys
Yeah.
literally.
Oh, we fun fact. I used to prank call Indian scammers
Oh yeah.
back then. And yeah, I would play on the Menarvis district. Uh, I can't really remember much of the history that much. I'm kind of tired. So can this be like a part one?
Kind of. I mean, I could go on because I can remember the majority of everything.
Yeah. Oh wait. I remember some. Okay, so everything was going great. Netherways were great. Heavenly Central was expanding.
Like nobody's business.
Pokeballs. Oh, and Running Bear came in here. I think it was when Joe was here, but since
Oh
we were
yeah.
cool with Running Bear stayed here, and then eventually he became president for some reason.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then he owns a Master Ball and shit like that. And then, yeah. Everyone was complaining that the Menarvis district was too hard, so I switched it to easy mode. And then
Yep.
eventually went to peaceful mode because of Netherways being
Yep.
complicated to build back then. So then, yeah, we did a lot during those times.
Yep.
And then
Indeed.
May, the end of my freshman year, it was pretty cool to end my freshman year. I
Yep.
was like, yo, Menarbis for days, Menarbis for days. Everyone was excited, everyone was jolly, shit like that. And then basically, summer, it kind of goes on a hiatus sometimes. But then I know, remember, like in July, I was in New York at the time, and then yeah, we expanded to new areas.
Yep.
Before I went to New York, we went to the east, the Mesa biome. We made a quarantine zone there, just so we could get, you know, expect the Mesa biome.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Let's be honest here and say it's a mesa biome. Therefore, it stands to reason we would have found gold, but we didn't find that much gold, surprisingly enough. So it must have been before that update.
So yeah, we made it on a quarantine zone because there's something wrong with that Mesa biome
Yeah.
with its lack
Lack
of
of
gold.
gold.
And then basically, yeah. Also, villager breeders were becoming a thing. They worked at first. King was here, but they didn't work. And also, there was like,
Yeah.
oh my god, there's so many updates for Minecraft Console Edition back then.
Yep.
So many. And then, let's see. The North was discovered. I think Senecas discovered it.
Yep. I
Well, I
think.
told him to go explore. I told him to go explore a region because it was only me and Good Day that discovered regions, and I wanted Senecas to discover a region.
Yeah.
So then he discovered the North, and part of the North became a penal colony. Everyone was saying, yo, Senecas and some other people were saying, yo, give Arif, Turtleman, and some other people a second chance. No,
Yep.
Turtleman was a security guard. We were still cool with him back then. So then I was like, fine. So then I was like, what if I move Arif to the farthest, most isolated area in the district? At first it was going to be some little island in the middle of nowhere. Then eventually it became the North. And I told him, you gotta do this and that in order to move back to any other region.
All
So
right.
then, they lived in the north, and it was pretty cool, I guess. At first, it kind of worked, but then they tried sliding their way in with their bullshit. So then I got bored of it, and I banned Aerith and his little brother.
Yep.
And then basically, yeah, I killed both of them. Um, oh yeah, and also Terraria fella got banned too. But
Yep.
Terraria fella, ooh, he was a very sneaky one, I tell you.
Yep.
So that the only way to get him banned was to lure Joe back here. So we made a deal with Joe. It was like, yo, Joe, we'll bring you back here if you lure Turtle Man here. Joe
Yep.
accepted it. It wasn't my idea. It was Senecas's.
Little did we know that Senecos had a very interesting trick up his sleeve at the time, but more on that later.
Yeah. So then we let Joe back in, shit like that.
Hmm.
And yeah, he came back. Everything was alright. Then Turtle Man got banned and shit like that. We got all of his shit. And then Joe was like, I don't feel like staying here. So he moved slightly northwest from the core. And
Yep.
then I think Good Day is there. No, he's not.
Yeah,
There's this
I'm on my
little
run there.
towers that Joe built. He only built two of them. So then everything was alright, I guess. So then after a month or so goes by, um, we Joe was like threatened Senecas to kill him, and we took that very seriously. So we like, ooh, this motherfucker's back at it again. So
Yep.
then we sent troops to deal with his ass, and then we banned him, and he cried like a little bitch.
Oh
Senecas
no.
got the
Oh no. What was even
Senecas
worse
got
was
the last touch.
what was even worse was that the I mean what was even like worse for Joe, but more awesome for us was the fact that I think the reason why he cried was because this was all a part of Senecas's plan to get even with him.
Yep.
Yep. And to be fair, I have to
Joe,
commend him for that. I have to commend him for that, though.
Joe's tears. Oh my God.
They,
Still one of the most satisfying sounds I have ever heard in my life.
yep, and
I
let's just
I
say
wish Good Day was here.
unfortunately at that moment in time, My PlayStation, at least the hard drive portion of it, went kaput.
It was
Like,
great. We banned him, we took his shit again, and we expanded his little desert idea.
yep, to that little sandcastle thingy that we were talking about in the last stream here, I believe.
Yeah, then
Yeah.
we took his shit. Oh, and
Oh, wait,
also
is
we
that it?
built another way here from the mainland core to northwest core.
Yeah.
Eventually, the northwestern core is gonna have pink diamond ship on it.
Yep. So, in essence,
Which,
what used to be just a dumb sandcastle in the middle of nowhere is now going to be turned into a miniature spaceport. Uh,
yes, pretty much.
yep.
And then everything went great. Also, Damage first came here. He was all right.
Oh,
He was pretty
yeah.
cool.
Yeah, he was a stand up
Um,
guy.
yeah. Fun fact: while I was at New York at summer 2016, two fun facts. One, my dad was still depressed.
Yeah.
Two, we rediscovered an area, well, that me and Arrow found, but we never found it again until uh, let's see, was it like last year? Yeah, last year. It's
Yep.
mid 2017. So, yeah, we rediscovered it. That temple, which is known as Bayside now. So
Yep.
me and Good Day terraformed the shit out of it to make it flatter and to make the temple look better.
Yep.
And then basically we slapped in another portal. Good Day built some ships here and there,
Yep.
and it was like one of the most modern regions in the MENARBIS district.
That was until Firebase Odyssey came along, but more on that later.
Yes. So then basically it was great. It was great. Once again, we were rediscovering shit. We were discovering new shit. It was just a lot better,
Yep.
except the war popping in here and there.
Yep.
So then Joe, he sent in some mates again. One of them I kind of trusted, which I really wish I didn't. But thank God he's gone now.
Yep.
His name was Edgar. Edgar Suits. He
Yep.
was, oh my God, Edgar's suit. I swear to God, he's probably gonna be some serial killer like Joe.
Agreed. Like, let's be honest here and say, like, there's normal psychotic, and then there's just setting up people for failure to, and you basically get your rocks off by doing that.
Yeah. Oh yeah, and this was when uh, everyone was demanding me to expand Heavenly Central. I eventually gave in, and yeah. So it was me, Good Day, Senecas, and Edgar. We were all expanding Heavenly Central
Yep.
back then. Occasionally the Darter Joe would keep popping in here and there.
And yet at the same time, we kept ignoring the poor sap.
Yeah, he was a piece of shit.
Yep.
Yeah, but the threat grew smaller and smaller and smaller and smaller and smaller and smaller until I wanted to build a statue of myself. It started last summer of 2017.
Yep.
I wanted to build a statue of me, um, putting my foot on Arab's head while waving my diamond sword. Like putting it up, right? You know how like people like do like they put their fist up. I
Yep.
was doing my sword up, and yeah, it was back then my diamond sword. So everyone thought that statue looked pretty cool. Well, it took months and months to finish that statue. Then eventually, around late summer, I kind of got bored of the district for a bit, but it wasn't that big of a deal.
Yep.
And yeah, new year, I started my sophomore year. What happened there? Good day. I
Let's
know
just
the real
say,
life shit.
yeah, a
I
lot
know, but
of.
what happened in the district?
Oh, what happened in the district? Let's see. Let's see. Edgar was acting shady all of a sudden, and then because Joe had been
Yeah,
gone for who knows how long, and then that was around the same time you finished your statue.
oh wait, let's see. So August. Oh yeah, yeah. Yeah. Wait, wait, wait. May I forgot one thing to add. Mount
Mount
Memoir.
Memoir. Oh yeah, back in
We need to visit that.
early
Early,
2017. Yep.
early 2017. It was based off Mount Rushmore. I wanted to build the heads of every single president and vice president.
Yep. I mean, for all intents and purposes, you guys probably caught a couple of glimpses of it. In fact, I may have also tried
Yeah.
like starting streams over in that general area. But for the sake of what's going on here, people, we'll go ahead and take a look at it real quick.
So basically, when Joe kept bothering me and bothering me and bothering me, I really wanted to get rid of his head, but other people were like, nah, that would censor history and shit like that. Then eventually I had enough. I was like, you know what, fuck it. I'm blowing up his head. And then some people agreed with me. And then, yeah, I blew up his head. And the hole that it generated, I thought of something pretty cool. That would kind of that would technically still keep history intact. So, based off Joe's hole, where Joe's head used to be at, we built Sunken Scars. And that's where we placed Joe, all the evil people there, like Aerith, Turtle Man, some other evil people.
Yep.
And yeah.
Trying to make a shortcut through freaking Firebase Area 42. Yeah, Firebase 42, I should say.
And and the bakery was open. That
Yep.
was probably that was a pretty successful bakery.
Yep.
A Santa Costas Bakery, but it's now known as Open Roof Dine and Rest.
Yep. Because technically speaking, we are turning that house, and this is current events, people. We are turning that house into a hotel.
Five-star hotel. Yep.
Yep. And the bakery and the bakery, as it states in the name, it's an it's a dine and rest.
Yes, you
Yep.
can eat there and you could sleep there.
Yep.
So yeah, sophomore year started and everything was cool. I still played Overwatch back then.
Again, he still needs to atone for his
Shut up.
sins. Sorry.
Shut up, good day. Stop playing. You're the one who plays fucking Flash games, not me.
True, true.
So then, yeah. Also, I was into this girl, this cowgirl, but since back then
Yeah.
at school, most of the people there said I was ugly and shit like that. I
Yeah.
was like saying, "Yo, this girl looks alright, but you have no chance with her." So then I was like, what's the girl I can get that satisfied me, yet it can be on my level? And then I saw her. Her name is Erin. Not Arrow, an Erin, okay? So I was
Yeah.
like, she, okay, I guess I can do that. So then eventually I kind of talked to her for a bit, but then, she kind of ignored me and I kind of got mad, and then that started a whole Cold War.
Yep.
Oh, and this is where the nasty. So this is an event that I really wish never happened. But on
Yeah.
October something, me and Good Day were talking about something, our girl problems as usual,
Yep.
and then and then I was like, "Yo, let's move the courthouse up to Heavenly Central."
And then that was
Good
just
Day
a big
thought I was,
that was just a big misunderstanding. Like I thought we were gonna be removing the courthouse down here and stuff.
yeah, I was
Yeah.
like trying to explain it, but then Good Day didn't get me, and then basically,
Then
what
just
was it?
things went down from there, and we prefer not to talk about them because
Yeah.
it's mostly
Oh wait,
stuff we're
fun fact,
trying to
the
forget.
courthouse used to be a
Hmm.
church.
Yeah.
It used to be the first church. And oh my God, it required a lot of cobblestone back in the day.
Yep.
Yeah.
Trust me, guys. Back in those days, that wasn't chump change.
Yep.
Yep.
Yeah, and now I got lots of cobblestone. I could build like 10 of those or maybe 20 of those. So then me
At
and Good Day
least.
got into a fight,
But
about the courthouse. We
luckily,
both cried.
we were both able to come to our senses before things went terrible, and we managed to work things out.
Yeah. And eventually, I was like, "Yeah, good day, you degenerate." And good day, we were both crying, and then good day just snapped on me, and we almost didn't become friends and shit like that.
Yep. But luckily, we both grew a pair and admitted why we were having our struggles and stuff, and we
Yeah,
and then we worked through it.
and that's one of the reasons why I don't like Erin so much because she almost destroyed one of my greatest creations ever.
Yep.
It just didn't. Not only this creation makes me happy, it makes other people happy.
Yep. I mean, how do you guys think? I mean, how do you guys think I've been able to stay on Minecraft for so long? It's probably because of this gosh darn world right here.
Yeah, and at first we kept that little argument a secret. Then we figured it was to like let the public know, and yeah, everything.
Yeah,
And then after that, we
everything was
started
fine.
slowly getting back in, and then everything started turning gray.
Yeah.
We were prospering and shit like that. Oh, and the statue of nationalism. It used to be called the Statue of Unification.
Yeah.
It was finished on November 3rd, 2017.
Yeah.
And
Also known as the day, also known as November Free, because that's when
November
we.
free, yes.
Yes, get the pun. Get the pun. I'll show myself the door.
No, I made that pun. So I'll show myself the door. So
Okay.
November, why is November free so important? Well, that was because that was the day when the whole threat of Joe was completely annihilated.
Yep. We.
Nothing of Joe remained in this world. No descendant of Joe, no descendant of Eric, nothing. As soon as that statue was finished, the last person who got banned here, who shared this, who was a descendant of Joe, who was allies with him,
Was Edgar?
was Edgar.
Mm-hmm.
He said, "Oh, I really want." And before then, before he got banned, he would always play street art all over the place. It would be like so different complex codes that would relate to the threat of Joe. And then eventually, we got sick of him. And then we
Yeah.
were
So
like,
we pretty much.
I
Oh, sorry. You go ahead.
I'm the one who banned Edgar. I killed him
Yep.
in the MENARBIS district. And then he was like, I really wanted to get revenge for Joe for a long time.
And
And
hey,
then I banned him.
and hey, that
I
was
kicked him.
that was pretty much a good enough confession for us. So there you go.
Yeah. And yeah, after that, the threat of Joe, it was no more.
Completely annihilated. No more. Just like the
No
Soviet
more.
Union. No more.
No more. No mas.
No muss.
Heavenly Central kept expanding here and there. Oh, and flying ships were starting to become a thing in more
Yeah.
regions. And also, fun fact, before Damage discovered a region called the Prehistoric Plains.
Yes.
I came up with the name Prehistoric Plains, but he was the one who discovered it. But
Yes.
we colonized it.
Hey, it's a fun place to be though. It's so
It
far
is.
still.
That's gonna
It's
be one of the areas that's gonna be revived a
yeah.
lot.
No Jurassic Park pun intended, but we are literally gonna revive it from the dead.
Mm. Just
Yeah. Well, to be fair,
so then, yeah.
the only thing that's really like meh about it is the fact that it has the first underwater city. You guys probably saw most of it in one of my streams when I was traveling around the district.
So then,
If anyone's wondering, there's no. Oh, I'm sorry. I was just gonna say to my audience that if anyone's
okay,
wondering, no, nothing's
Aquatica,
finished.
it's the first underwater city.
Yes.
And prehistoric plains, and yeah. And then one day, I was talking to one of my old friends, Alex and Nintendo. Me and him are now enemies to this day.
Yep.
But back then we were just old friends who haven't talked to each other in like God knows how long. We got each other's Skypes. I got his Skype from my other friend, Caitlin, and then basically We talked through there. We figured that we both had Nintendo Switches, and we played Minecraft. And then eventually he invited me to his world called the Union of Selmas. Back then it wasn't even called that. It was just Hyrule or some shit like that. So I stayed with him in his gay ass little bunker shit, trying to do whatever. I was like, yo, I might build like a little MENARBIS district here. And he was like, oh, that's cool. And then I never really got to it until November 2017. I came back to his world. Well, October, I played in his world for a bit, but I wanted to wait for, I was doing that to wait for Super Mario Odyssey.
Yeah.
And then, November 2017, that was when I got addicted to the Union.
Yep. Probably
I
one of the
was,
probably one of the smartest dumb decisions you've ever made at first.
yes, it was, I was gonna expand the MENARBIS district through other worlds of Minecraft so I could advertise my world. It was like a win-win. I advertised the Union, he advertised MENARBIS.
Well, it was a nice little how can I put this? Alliance. Nice little alliance. It was
Yeah.
like yeah.
I was trying to run the OG MENARBIS district and the MENARBIS district division at the same time, but then eventually I slowly abandoned the OG MENARBIS district, and that will lead to another major war.
Oh, I have the best way to freaking describe I have the best way to freaking describe the next guy who tried to do a hostile takeover through, you know, unspeakable means. But we'll get to him later.
Yeah, so it was pretty cool, hell, even some things from the Union made it to the OG.
Which was kind of cool, to be honest.
So then basically, it was cool, shit like that. And then, yeah, I met a lot of good people in the Union.
Yep.
So, yeah, it was kind of vague for the OG MENARBIS district, kind of bleak.
Yeah.
And then early 2018, it was this, that. I tried putting in netherways in there, but I didn't have the time to put in there.
Yeah.
Occasionally, I would come back here. I remember in March, from like March through April 2018, I made like a big, huge comeback here, and I would like play in the Union and MENARBIS, OG MENARBIS district at the same time,
Yep.
or
That was a
some schedule like that.
yeah, and that was a pretty epic comeback if I do say so myself. We were all
It was
missing.
a pretty good schedule.
Yep.
New people were there, like some people came back, like Skylander Jack, he's now
Mhm.
banned.
Unfortunately,
He
we'll get
was
to
very nationalistic with MENARBIS. Everyone was here. And then King brought in some new people. But one of those people that he brought in,
let's just
he was
say
the,
let's just say waited until King was over policing everything and then took advantage of the situation.
yeah, he was practically the KKK's wannabe poster child.
Yep. And how can I put this? Don't ask how I found out, but yeah, that guy he has erectile dysfunction. And he can only give it
So
up to and he can only give it up to creeper porn, unfortunately. I feel bad
so
for him.
then basically slowly I abandoned MENARBIS district. The OG MENARBIS district for the Union to expand the MENARBIS district, but I didn't realize I was abandoning the OG MENARBIS district. And then, it was a big ass power struggle back in the PlayStation 4, seeing who was in power, who was in charge, shit like that. King was recognized as the next leader of the MENARBIS district, but
Yep.
then unfortunately he over policed some shit. His intentions were at the right place. It's just
Yep.
that the way he executed them sucked.
Yeah. Or at least that was when we thought, like he was going against everything the district stood for, but then all of a sudden I realized that there was some very shady stuff going behind the scenes for the other side. And I realized, you know what? It's the same thing that happened with Joe, but on a much different scale. And I thought to myself, you know
This
what?
time it's not with me. No, King is me back in
Yep,
like 2017.
yep. And then I thought to myself, you know what? This time going to say the same thing that I said then. I'm playing neutral in this matter, but my agenda requires the district to stay alive. So I chose
So
the
then
side.
everyone was begging me to come back to settle with King because everyone thought King was the bad guy.
Yep,
I was like, I'll come back, but you know, my PS4 can't connect to the internet. Either that or I didn't have my PS4 with me. So as soon as I came back, it was only for like a week, for like a couple days. And,
precisely.
you know, it was like, oh, here's the thing. One important history lesson. One day, for some reason, Alex thought he had enough use of me. He thought he used me up because I went AFK from the. I didn't go into Union for like a week or two because I was traveling all over the place, Florida, with my dad and my cousin. So, and my friend too. So Alex was like, "This might be the perfect time to ban him." So he banned me. I didn't. I really did not like it. A few weeks later, after he banned me, the Union of Settlements collapsed because
Yep,
there were some revolutionaries that stood by me and they demanded to give me a fair trial, but Alex refused to until he gave in. When I gave my side of the story, Alex didn't say anything, and then Alex just ditched the Union. And then
yep.
eventually on June 19th, 5 o'clock somewhere, Eastern
Five.
Standard Time,
Hey, 5 o'clock somewhere. That's a psalm.
5 o'clock, I know it's in Eastern Time, or 4:30 or something. He deleted the Union assignments. He deleted the Discord server, and he deleted the actual world.
And thus another reason why thinking like a fascist liberal never works out in the end.
Yeah, because he can't deal with people with different opinions. And then, you know, I was like, this is my reason to come back to the OG MENARBIS district. I feel so sorry for those people. I don't know what they have gone through without me. Like, it was, oh my God, it
Yeah.
was bad.
Like there was a major, major power vacuum, and once power was seized by, admittedly, the right guy, but his heart was in the right place. I'm talking about King here.
No, it was stress, I
Yeah,
guess. He
yeah,
wanted to I guess maybe he wanted to live up to my image, but he tried so by doing a shitty tactic, and then
yeah,
Peabody took advantage of it. He convinced most people, even Good Day and me, kind
yep.
of, to ban
Almost,
King.
almost the chairman. He kind of almost convinced. He actually convinced me almost 100%. But
He, I mean, I was kind of convinced, but I didn't want to ban King. I was just gonna give him a warning and shit like that. I was
yeah,
like,
like
yo,
three
keep it
strikes.
down.
Yeah, like a three strikes you're out sort of thing.
But then Peabody didn't like that. He's like, no, 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 no. Just ban him. I was like, look, I'm just gonna give him a warning. If he does anything, then I will ban him. And then
Yeah,
eventually, King got enough of it, and then he just left. Everyone was celebrating, but for some reason, I wasn't really. I kind
yeah,
of wasn't really celebrating. I mean, back then, before I realized the truth, I wanted to, but I don't know. I had good memories with King, so I didn't felt like celebrating a
yeah.
hundred percent.
Like for some reason. And to be fair, I wasn't celebrating either. At least I can't remember exactly.
I
Yeah.
think you were celebrating.
Okay, if
So
I
then,
was, I feel very bad for that.
so
Yeah,
then basically it was all right until Peabody, he made a bunch of Nazi jokes. He even did that during the major power vacuum.
yeah.
He would like build statues. He would say, "Yo, I'm Hitler" or some shit like that.
Oh no,
And then I
it
would
was.
joke around
Oh
like,
yes.
"Why don't you make me a Stalin?" And then yeah,
Oh,
and then what?
I was about to say, it got worse. Like it got worse from there. Like swastikas all over the place.
Yep.
At least in
Oh,
different worlds. I can't exactly say here for
it was in the
sure.
Seahawk Federation, and
Yep.
some other worlds. Peabody was harassing the shit out of one player, and I was getting really tired of it. and Peabody would always complain to me about him, and then Uguay would always complain to me about them. They were like all two different stories, and then eventually I got the truth, and that Peabody was not the victim. So
Yep.
then basically I was like, I kind of want to ban him, but some people said I didn't have enough evidence against him, and then yeah,
Yeah.
and then eventually.
Usually in those situations, admittedly, I try to be the voice of reason and try to
And then
hold
basically,
up a
when I
censor.
came back around January, I mean, fucking July, I'm tired.
Yeah, you're fine.
For the weekend, Peabody was there. Peabody was still a neo-Nazi, and then
Yep.
eventually he built like a little duplicating machine. I kind of trusted him, so I left the world on while he was the one here. So he duplicated a bunch of shit, and then basically he showed me and Good Day the duplicating machine, and we pretended that we never saw this duplication machine, even
Yeah.
though we did see it before with other players.
Yeah,
Other
but
players
here's the
were
thing.
used to it.
But here's the thing. As you guys may have already noticed, duplication, at least with the machines anyways, is illegal.
Yes.
Like
So
like it's strictly enforced. Like that's one of the main rules that has to be over policed for a reason.
So then, Peabody's like, this is a redstone machine that mines stuff, and we were pretending to go with it. Then Peabody, I'm pretty sure he was about to go insane with our quote unquote stupidity, and he just straight up told us he was duplicating, and that he
Yeah.
was gonna bribe us with diamonds or some shit like that
Yeah.
because of he was being nice. And it was like, and we played along, and then I had my nuclear arsenal. I gave Good Day some of my nuclear arsenal to give a nuclear booby trap to Peabody's house,
Yep.
and then
It was quite the
Peabody's
ingenious plan.
basement.
It was quite the ingenious plan. Our chairman here was the one who distracted him while I set the charges. It was
Yeah, I
quite
told him to do
ingenious.
something in Heavenly Central, and then you were pretending to duplicate, even
Yep.
though you were like blowing up. You were like, st- uh, you were like setting up the nuclear booby trap,
Yeah,
and
and
then basically.
I was gonna say, to be fair, the machine that he used is nothing new. I mean, some of my old worlds before my PlayStation hard drive got corrupt, I used to have some of those.
So then Good Day's
Yeah.
like, oh, the machine breaks, and then Peabody's like, don't worry, it's easy to fix. Fun fact, I actually used that some of my nuclear arsenal on a guy named Brown Bear, who was allied with Binding of Joe. He was the one who helped Binding of Joe kick Senecas out of the district the first time.
Yep. Oh, and let's not forget about Lego Frenzy, one of Applestar's friends. He kind of sort of duplicated melons and diamonds.
Yeah, and some other shit. And then
Yep.
we banned him too. We made him blow up his melon farm, nuke his melon farm too.
Yeah.
And also, we did I talk about banning Senecas?
Oh no, we kind of skipped over that.
Oh damn! All right, let's get this over with. All
Yeah,
right,
yeah.
Senecas. All right, so Arrow is very poor. He's kind of poor, shit like that. I felt bad for him, so I game shared with him temporarily until he got enough money to buy himself PlayStation Plus. Senecas was very pissed about it, and I was telling him, "Look, I'll game share with you eventually again. Until he gets enough money, I will be game share with him." Senecas got very triggered, and then Senecas was like, "Nine, game share with me." And then eventually I gave in, and then basically I thought everything was well. Then a couple weeks later, uh, he was acting like a really snarky asshole. He told Arrow to kill himself, and I was telling Seneca's like, "Yo, what the fuck's wrong with you? Are you okay?" I said, "Because of that game sharing thing," and he's like, and then basically I was telling him, "Yo, you need to cool down and shit like that." And then he was like, and then he tried contacting Joe. He said, "Joe, we need to talk," and I was like, "Nine, bitch." So then since we both knew each other's passwords, I got on into his account since he gave me permission to go to his account. I banned him from my world. I took away all of his shit, and I placed him in solitary confinement. And I thought that was the end of it. And I made a, I think, I think he made a video about it or some shit like that. And then
Oh
I
no.
made a, video about what the hell just happened with me and Senecos, but
Yeah.
Senecos copyright stripped it. It was a Disney cartoon. Senecos does not own Disney.
Yeah.
So then eventually I was very angry at him. I tried getting some people to help me, especially my mom, but my mom didn't completely understand the copyright law, how copyright law works in YouTube. So she was like telling me, "Yo, get off of social media. That's so stupid." I was like, you know what? I'll deal with this with myself. And so then, basically, me, you, Arrow, we were basically telling Senecos to uh, remove the copyright strike. Senecos was like, no. He made another video, and then basically I made a parody of that video, except um, I put his face in, and I basically told him that Senecos is basically Joseph Stalin.
Yep.
Yeah, and then basically, I wonder if
Basically,
Joseph
it
Stalin
it
was
it
Senecos.
it ended up. Oh,
Okay, and then basically, Senecos is like, oh, the reason why I copyright struck you is because you stole my logo. I was like, what the hell are you talking about? You got your logo off of Google or some shit like that. And then he was like, no, my brother created it. And I told him, like, send me the evidence, send me the evidence. Then Santa Claus was like, all right, look, I'll remove the copyright claim if you remove the reaction video. So then it was deal, shit like that.
yep.
But I downloaded the reaction video just in case if I need it again. So
Yep.
then,
So we kind of sort of use that as, and suffice it to say, long story short, we use that as our ace in the hole. And then, of course, you guys noticed in my streams he tried harassing both Thumb Advance and myself for a brief moment in
yeah.
time.
And then basically, he was friends with the Rhino Confederacy.
Yep. But
So then
luckily,
basically, we thought he was a spy for them. He got very mad at that, and he said he was gonna make a diss track, and then I re-uploaded the videos back, and then went back to promise like, hey, leave us alone, and you we won't bother you as long as you won't bother us. So then we made a deal. Then a couple weeks later, Zane contacted me through Twitter, shit like that. And I was like, oh god, I really don't want to talk to this guy. So I was kind of forced to talk to him. I know, I could have blocked him, but technically, I didn't want to deal with any more tension, so I was waiting for him to slip up. Luckily, he did slip up by talking some shit about Good Day.
all right.
So then I was like, you know what? Fuck it. You're getting blocked on Twitter forever. No excuses. Shit like that. And Seneca was like, nine, nine, nine. And then Seneca said, yo, I talk shit about you with you, on it. I talk shit about you with Dumb Advance. And then, yeah. Then a couple months later, Seneca tried contacting me on Twitter again. I just blocked him. And then ever since then, we never spoke to each other ever again.
Yep. And of course, he's tried to make some very interesting, cameos in the stream. But last time he
I'm
was here,
pretty sure he's Joseph Stalin
yeah, yeah, we can theorize about that after the stream.
because I did call him Joseph Stalin in one of my videos. I wouldn't be surprised if
That is
Senecas
true.
was Joseph Stalin.
That is true.
But whatever. I'm tired. And yeah, that's the end of the whole Senecas war. Now back to Peabody.
Yep.
Peabody
Like I
got
said,
banned.
aka the angry wannabe poster child of the KKK who also has Viagra.
Yeah,
Who, no, I
and a
mean,
neo-Nazi as well.
I'm sorry. Who needs Viagra because he has erectile dysfunction.
So yeah, Peabody got banned. Everyone was celebrating except one person, Skylar and Jack. They were good buddies.
Oh, which
Sky was
was
like, "Yo, I'll be a spy for you, and I'll show you what the hell is wrong with Peabody. What's Peabody up to?" And yeah, and then one day, I came back to the MENARBIS district actually last week, and
yeah,
then the district has been prospering. Heavily Central's turned into glass. A bunch of other shit. There's now a to-do list for the MENARBIS district.
yep.
There's a bunch of shit on that list that I don't that can be all the new stuff in that list is there. I don't want to talk about it in this drink because I'm tired.
Yeah, and let's just say it's very extensive, and it's not a competition, obviously. But I have a to-do list of my own, and boy, oh boy, it's gonna be
Yes.
sick.
Yeah, and also before MENARBIS District went on hiatus, Firebase Odyssey became a thing, best military base in the district. And here's the recent events.
Yep,
Um,
the recent events.
since
It took us
Sky,
almost
we
2 hours
noticed
to
that
get here.
something was
it,
Sky. Let's see, Sky. We started to notice something weird about Sky. So then, Sky was like harassing Ugmak, still kind of being friends with Peabody, being a neo-Nazi, worshiping Hitler, and some other shit. And he started to disrespect me and even Good Day, which is pretty surprising that he disrespect Good Day.
yeah,
So then I
considering
told
considering
you,
technically,
Good Day,
oh yes,
what?
I was about to say considering that the chain of command, technically speaking, he reports directly to me, and then I report directly to you.
And then I was like, yo, you need to tell Skylar and Jack to please calm down, otherwise he's gonna get banned.
And I
Because
tried.
if he won't listen to me, then I'm pretty sure he's gonna listen to you. So it seems like he didn't listen to you. So
Oh,
then Sky was being a little neo-Nazi prick, and yeah,
yep,
Sky came back here, and then Sky was acting like a complete asshole, and we were like saying, "Yo, your parents did? Do you talk to your parents like this?" And Sky's like, "Yeah,"
yeah,
and I
like
said,
he was
"Your
proud of it.
parents."
Like he was proud of it.
I
Like
know, right?
wow.
And then I was like, "Yo, your parents are shitty parents."
Yeah,
And then like,
no offense to his parents. Obviously, I'm sure they're great people, but really, you gotta,
you need to raise a child better, or
yeah,
if you're look, I'm pretty sure Scott's parents are great people,
yeah,
but guys, if you don't know how to parent a kid, put them under adoption, okay? It's not that hard,
yep.
so that we don't have to deal with the squeaker menace every day on
Or
the internet.
at the very least, or at the very least, discipline them.
Yes, discipline
That's
him. Get the belt out. Give him timeout. Take away his PlayStation 4. Do anything to discipline him.
yeah,
As long as you don't hurt him.
yeah. I mean, like they're like I used to know these people. They were really great people. Yeah, let's just say that they used to get their mouths. You know how most parents would wash out their kids' mouths of soap if they said something bad, right?
Yeah.
Or at least back talk them. Yeah, they used hot sauce instead. We're talking like we're talking like the good kind, like the insane type.
Yeah. But then Sky was like, fuck you guys, bitches. He was calling us bitches. And
Yeah,
then I was like, you know what? Since I know Sky really wants all of Seneca's loot,
let's
I will
just use
give
his
him.
greed.
I
Let's
will. He was being very greedy.
yeah,
I wasn't going to say I was going to give him all Seneca's loot. We just lured him into Seneca's former main house,
yep,
and we trapped him there, and we killed him there.
yep. Yeah,
And ever since then,
long story short, we saw that his greed was a weakness, and we used it to our advantage.
yeah, there's a bunch of minor details that we probably missed, but that's the main history of the district.
Yep, and we are literally an hour and 53, almost an hour and 54 minutes into the stream. So, whew, boy, it took us almost 2 hours to get through the entirety of this world. Hey, that's kind of
Yeah,
fitting.
there's probably more minor details that we probably missed because I know I'm tired. I know
Yeah,
you're tired.
yeah,
So
yeah.
maybe one day, maybe tomorrow. Actually, you know what? Maybe tomorrow, like throughout this week, I'll be discussing like minor parts of the MENARBIS district history.
Yeah, and then maybe by the end of this week, I'll do another stream here, and then yeah, I'll do another stream here, probably this time Friday night, I would say.
Yeah,
And then that's when
and
we'll
then
have the majority of the details hammered out.
yeah. So sorry guys first time we discussed the history of the whole history of the MENARBIS district in like a long time in a live stream. But yeah.
Yep,
Also,
but
before I go to sleep, from today to next week, there's gonna be a 50% off on everything in the
yep,
MENARBIS district.
yep, and ain't it fitting? The video is almost 2 hours long, and the world has turned 2 years old. Now, ain't that fitting?
Yep. So I'm going to sleep now. So
Yep.
good night.
Good night, everybody. So, that being said, thank you guys for watching. If you guys enjoyed this video, please leave a like and comment what you guys want me to play next. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace out.